Yeah, I got the keys and these got keys.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. He brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 13. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. On the return, Austin. 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. When you look at this defense, they come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit. They're facing the number 1 rushing team. They have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
That's good. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Blue 32.
They'll run on 1st down. Savage. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 ready. Ready.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready, ready. 40, cut.
Up the middle they go. Savage. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 3rd down and 10.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Your clock open. Red 38. You yellow. Ready, ready.
Off play action. Wise. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This one complete to Lacey. And now this is going to depend on the spine. And they say he's just short. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And that will come the offense as they take over.
On the set.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Opposite. 3. Down. Second.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Quick. Yellow. Yellow. 22. Set.
They'll keep it on the ground. Savage. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Let's go now. Hut.
On 1st down, Savage. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ready?
Now a handoff up the middle. Savage. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
The 44-yard line.
Check pitch. Ready, ready. 50, green. Set.
They'll try and run up the gut with Gurley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Ready, green, check. Right, 95. Hut, hut.
Up the middle they go. Savage. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Results in a 1st down.
Let's go. 10, ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go. Smith, red. Red, 30 seconds.
Now a handoff up the middle. Savage. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though.
Touchdown! It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Point after here coming up. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
This is Marshall. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
70 Lions!
Now Marshall. And shutting him off, now open field. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Check White. Down. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Savage. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go. Here we go. Set, huh?
Up the middle they go. Savage. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Up the middle with Gurley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken the lead. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 27.
2nd and 11. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Given 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Cougar 19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw again. It's caught. This is White.
The first down pass.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Marshall. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Back to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And here's Marshall. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll drop the throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. And they'll accept that penalty. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll keep it on the ground. Savage. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 157 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Let's go. Check pink, yellow, 43. Set.
They'll run on first down. Savage. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now
a handoff up the middle. Savage. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
62 full. Ready?
Off the play fake. Wise. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They bring their punter out there now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Nixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
3rd and 5.
He'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw. That is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's another first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it's 2nd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's White. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Complete to Ryan Grant. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Back to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, they'll throw. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And that one too wide and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just a field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
At their own 18-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Set, ready.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready?
2nd and 5. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Blaster, 60 red. 60 red. Cut, cut.
The final shot before break. Wise. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And taken right on the 30. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. So these two teams off to their... Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
187 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Black, here we go. 10 black. Ready, ready.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here we go, set. Black, cut, cut.
Now a handoff up the middle. Savage. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now 2nd and 3.
Check, pink. Set, check, cut.
They'll keep it on the ground. Savage. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard
Yellow.
line.
What? Let's go. Red. 38. Ready.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
A pickup of 2.
Set. Ready.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Ready. Ready. Cut.
Gurley. Touchdown. Able to punch it in on third down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Second down and 8. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
3rd and 5.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll run to Marshall. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. He's got one here. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys are going to retake the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And he He's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Ready?
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or two.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. And they're able to get this one across the 35. My goodness, 225 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 9
ready
at the 39-yard line.
Again they run with Gurley. They'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw. Wise. This one complete to Lacey. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
10 black. Cut.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Yellow.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and
8.
Up the middle they go. Means they find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Smith red. Set, ready. Cut.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
at the 4-yard line.
Let's go now. Set.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys have once again taken the lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st down, Marshall breaks through the contact. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
That's another 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready up.
Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Marshall. Oh, a heck of a move. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
Gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That's another first down.
They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Cowboy 80.
2nd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll go with the keeper. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it right where it all started. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand.
Set, ready. Blue check, 52 Blues.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Check, pink, yellow, 22, set.
They run. It's Gurley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
Ready,
7.
ready.
Another carry now. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Second down and 3. Ball on the 7.
Switch, yellow. Here we go.
Now Gurley. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
On the set.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here we go. Smith, red. Set.
Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Brings up second and
Come on,
goal
set.
at the 6-yard
Blue,
line.
32. Set.
Now we'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
35. Our home team.
A 10-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Looking to put a drive together.
Hey, check that. Check. Panther 60. Panther 60. Set, go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Set, go.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brings up second and 5 at the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
A 7-yard gain. That's another first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Back to throw again. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. From 13 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. It's complete, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now. Yellow. 40. Smith, red. Hut.
They'll try and chew some clock with Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
A loss of the yard.
Yellow, ready. 45, right, set, huh?
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll try and run up the gut with Gurley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Down. Cut.
Up the middle with Gurley. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Let's go. Set.
They'll try and pick up the first with Voodoo. And he is going to have a first down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Set. Ready.
Now a handoff for Gurley. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Here's Gurley. And fights through one man. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Results in a first
Yellow.
down.
1, 33. Yellow. Ready.
Now it's Gurley. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line.
Ready.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes.